We are officially kicking off spooky season this Aug-tober as we're scouting out all of the latest home decor to hit the shelves at some of our favorite stores like Home Goods, At Home, and Spirit Halloween, of course. So, if you're ready to start checking out all of the awesome Halloween decor offerings for 2023, just stick around and keep watching as we're on the hunt in search of the unique and new offerings on our first of many Shop With Me excursions for this Halloween season. So, if you're ready, let's go do this. Welcome back, friends. We started our journey off with a trip to At Home to check out all of the latest decor offerings they have for Halloween 2023, and they do not disappoint. The first thing that we saw were all of these incredible inflatables. They had a wide variety that ranged in price and size. Some started as low as $39 and went all the way up to $350, I believe, for the Mad Scientist. I really like this big spooky tree, and not only did it have really great size, it also lit up in the eyes and the mouth and just looked really great. The construction of it is also really wonderful comparatively to some of the other ones I've seen in other stores. They had the large illuminated boo sign, which was really cute with the crow on the top. This was a line that I really enjoyed. They really took the care and detail to another level of some of the other decor pieces that I've seen. However, they were a little more pricey than what I would normally have expected to see for things like this. I believe that it has to do with the fact that it is the Ty Pennington line that they have at home, and most of his pieces are all a little more pricey, so I guess that's probably why. I would wait for some of these to go on sale. I'm sure that they probably will before the end of the season. Of course, they had tons of different jars and bottles and vessels, things that you could use. It's pretty normal. You see them everywhere. However, I did like these metallic green bottles, and their skeleton game has really elevated. I really enjoyed seeing all these different little creatures, and many of them were priced pretty well for what you get. I saw Frankenstein's monster here looking pretty lonely without his bride. We did find her later, and I'll be happy to share that with you. He was really cool looking. Of course, we are on the search for new and unique offerings, and I really liked this black jack-o'-lantern with a green brain exposed. It was really cool. It lit up. This neat little goblin was really cool as well and went really perfectly with their new collection called Eerie Estates. It's a really vast collection. They have candles, they have glassware, they have plates, they have knickknacks, and it really ranges from what I would call like a haunted mansion vibe all the way to kind of ghost goblins. You can see some phantoms here. They had some really great glass votives, and then some of it was kind of kitschy and fun, and it reminded me of a take. They had a Victorian line in there as well. It's probably one of the biggest collections that they have this season, and you can see some of the candelabras. They had a lot of wooden signage. I really love this typewriter with the little rat skeletons on it. It was really cool. Of course, we're all used to seeing the wooden signage for all the different seasons, but I really liked the Please Do Not Wake the Dead, They're Grumpy sign. That was really cute. They had a lot of the different Victorian-inspired pieces, and again, with the books, the witch books or spell books, everything lights up now. Almost everything that I saw in the many different stores I visited had so many elements and decor pieces that lit up. Of course, they had the velvety covered pumpkins in many different styles and colors, of course, but in this collection it really ranged in a Victorian vibe. As always, embellished skulls and different offerings with different styles that we've seen in the past. I really liked this little wicked little tree stump. I was hoping to find more of him in the store, which I only found this one and it didn't light up, so I didn't buy it. A lot of the matte black pieces that they had in this collection were really great. The candlestick holders with the skulls in that matte black were a really great look. And it's a good option for people that really hate having all that glitter all over the place, as things do tend to shed and glitter gets everywhere. I loved these black pumpkin with the Victorian cameos on them. Again, a very Victorian feel. Some of this other glassware and dinnerware that they offered has almost like a Dia de los Muertos vibe, but was still in the creepy estates collection. Then I saw this massive skeleton and it was ridiculous. It had to be about 12 feet tall, but it was up on these shelves, so I couldn't get really close to see the detail in his face. But compared to some of the other places like Lowe's or Home Depot that have the large skeletons, it was coming in a little pricier, especially for me, thinking that it didn't have a lot of other options. It didn't light up or do anything, but it was still a really great piece. I was absolutely in love with this giant teddy bear skeleton. I thought it was really neat. It was the large scale version of the little one I saw in the other aisle. Here's another look at the skeleton standing there. This gargoyle was really cool. It had great presence. It was very heavy. It had a lot of detail. And it's something that you could definitely put outside in the elements and still have it be great for years to come. Definitely an investment piece, but if you have your own home haunt or you just really love gargoyles, it was a really great piece. They had the spooky hoedown, and also this tombstone was really cool because compared to some of the ones that I've seen at Spirit Halloween, this one lit up and the audio was really clear, and I thought was a better investment piece, I guess, to have for your own home haunt versus some of the prices that they have at Spirit Halloween. The color palette trend for their witchy, spooky line seemed to definitely be overwhelmingly purple and black and silver, and had little touches of white. Again, I was really looking for things that were different. Of course, every year you can always kind of see the traditional witches and bats and things like that. This little kitty was really cool. They did have some ombre type pumpkins, but it was really nothing new. I absolutely love this little mummy dog. I thought it was just ridiculously adorable. And this line is super cute for people that have young children, or maybe they're just not into the really creepy, spooky type Halloween. I just thought this was adorable, and it very much reminded me of some of the Nick Jr. or Disney Jr. Cartoons that little kids just really love. These little pieces were really cute. They all lit up like the little big mouths. I don't really think there was any other function to these aside from just being a decorative piece, but they were just really cute. I did spy a few of the small gingerbread houses, the spooky gingerbread houses. The little ghost was really cute, and they had a lot of the matching wooden signage. These pumpkin topiaries were really great looking and are a dupe on some of the Grandin Road items that you can buy there. So these were much more affordable than any of the pieces that you could purchase through Grandin Road. If you've never heard of them, they have a line, it's called Halloween Haven through Grandin Road, and the pieces are wonderful, but they're really pricey. So these were a much better option. I did like this different take on some of the decorative pumpkins and the different colorway that they used. This was really cute, the little bat pumpkin, jack-o'-lantern, totem pole. Of course, I did have to check out some of their wreaths because, again, these are things, like I said, I've really been trying to find things that are different, and every year you see the same things over and over again. So, of course, they do have a lot of that. Now, for traditional people that just like to maybe add one or two little decorative elements every year, it's nice. I absolutely loved these owls. They were just so beautiful. But most of the different florals that they had looked very similar to years past, except until I found some of these wreaths. I thought they looked organic and wild. The different usage that they had of different pieces of flowers or dried pieces, it almost looked like they were real. I love this magnolia wreath, and just the way that some of the new wreaths have been designed. I really, really enjoyed that. Of course, they had a wide variety of florals. I love these orange hydrangea in the small votives. They had small bundles of like the sunflowers. They were all pretty affordable, ranged, many of them were well below $10. But I did really like that they changed up some of these signature wreaths. I love that they are kind of changing a little bit with some of the styles every year, just like they do with their regular decor. There's so many people out there that are doing their own DIYs and putting things together, and Etsy. So it's really nice for these big box stores to kind of start competing by bringing out some of the different things that they've probably seen on TikTok or Instagram or Etsy. Of course, glass pumpkins as far as you can see, and more little skeleton friends popping out to say hello. Again, this is a traditional, every year we've seen these. They do change up the colors a little bit with some of the glass blown pumpkins. I love mercury glass as well, but I feel like it's just been done so much. I really like this haunted pumpkin patch wagon. It just was such a different take on the normal farmhouse, back of the truck pumpkins that you always see. And I just love that they did that. Again, here's another good look at many of the different florals. This was a cute little metal pumpkin stand that would be really cute on a countertop or on a small entry table. I absolutely fell in love with all of the little woodland creatures carved. This little fox, so close to coming home with me. It was only $8.99. I may have to go back to get him because I didn't. Then I saw this. Yes, on the very last shelf in the very back, they had the Christmas gingerbread houses, and this was on everybody's list last year. And then I saw the gingerbread horse. Like thousands of others, I searched and searched for it last year, starting in September, and it was gone. It was just gone. I thought I should just buy it right now. I should take it home. And then I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be looking at Halloween stuff. So off to Home Goods we went, and I guess you'll just have to find out if I ever did purchase the gingerbread horse. We'll talk about that later. This large metal skeleton was about 3.5 feet tall. It was holding a huge bowl that you could put Halloween candy in or whatever. It was a really great find and a dupe for one of the things that you would purchase at Pottery Barn. Much, much cheaper at Home Goods. They had a wide selection of standing witches. Of course, these are things that we have seen from year to year. They typically change up some of their dresses and things like that. One of the main differences that I saw this year is there's a lot of spooky romantic couples, I guess. Skeletons, bride and groom, Frankenstein's monster and his bride, a lot of ballet skeletons. So it was kind of interesting. It's like an elegant twist take, I guess. Not particularly in my wheelhouse, but I enjoy seeing different designs. And since I'm on the search for different unique things, that definitely is at the top of my list this year for different finds. They also really had a new collection I've seen in different places where blush pinks have kind of seeped in, and some of the more playful colors for Halloween. It's still kind of spooky, it's elegant, it's creepy, but there's a lot of different pink, blush, peach colors that are infused into these designs. I thought this was really fun. I like some of the little nutcrackers. I absolutely love this little toad on the jack-o'-lantern. It was giving me Harry Potter vibes. This really great candelabra, I think it was part of the Martha Stewart line. It was very heavy and pretty affordable. I only found the one gold one though. I'm a sucker for Halloween kitties and black cats and anything vintage, so I did enjoy seeing these. Again, like I mentioned, many of these glass pieces, everything lit up this year. Everything has a button, push me, turn this on. Of course, unfortunately, only half of them work, but it's always fun to see how they changed up some of the designs of these big mouth that may hold candy, or people use them for different purposes for the season. Of course, it's always just a mismatch of just fun things that are collected on these shelves that you always have to go back and look and re-look. I saw this matching metal piece with the skeletons holding that large champagne bucket. Also another great dupe from Pottery Barn. This mermaid was really, really great. We have a tiki bar. I don't know if there's any tiki fanatics out there, but she would be a really great addition to a tiki bar or some type of, if you have a pool and you want to do some type of a haunted water theme. I've always been a big fan for these wooden cutouts. I just really think they're beautiful, and the depth and the detail. I absolutely love these pieces. They are a little more expensive, but they're really beautifully done. Again, a lot of really pretty witches, but this one was my favorite. It was on a pedestal, and it was the vintage moon with the witch sitting there with her kitty and her broomstick. I just absolutely love that piece and thought it was unique and different for this year. Bugs are a big thing this year. You can see from the size of my hand, and my hand is pretty big, that these bugs are really large, they're heavy, they're metal, they're actually really, really cool, and they're from Christian Siriano. So I don't know when he stopped making high fashion couture and started making metal bugs, but I'm here for it. Some of the other things that we saw, I really love this half skull with the adorned crown, was very, very cool. Again, kind of the romantic skeleton couples. Some of them almost looked like Elvis or James Dean, and they had a vintage feel. Some of them were more Victorian. There's, again, Frankenstein's monster and the bride. I am a big fan, and I think I'm going to be doing some type of a monster Frankenstein theme this year. Again, a lot of the different things I've seen were the hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. I love this stack of books with the witch hat on it and the 3 pumpkins. It was really, really giving me Harry Potter vibes. It was really substantial, very well detailed, and for $25, it was a really great piece to add to your collection if this is really in your wheelhouse for design. I absolutely love this giant black kitty. I believe it would hold candy. They had some small decorative tables that were really great, and the witches and decor you can see goes back so far I couldn't even walk through it to get a good look at prices and detail. The vibrant pink colorway also seeped into the Dia de los Muertos lines that they had with some of the different sugar skulls and some of the different decor options that they had. We'll talk more about the Day of the Dead later because I really think it's a beautiful celebration. It has become more popular and Americanized like all holidays, but it really is a beautiful practice and I love it. Some of these other things that they had, the big black metal pumpkins, again, another Pottery Barn dupe. Don't buy them at Pottery Barn. Go over to Home Goods or TJ Maxx. More metal bugs and spiders, again from Christian Siriano. Very interesting. I love this one though. It was giving me steampunk vibes. It was really, really great. Very detailed and heavy. Then they had some of the other fun vases and candelabras. The more I walked around and actually looked and looked again, the more I saw. Some of the really neat pieces that they had with the electric candles, a great option for people that don't want to have lit traditional candles in their home. This hand holding the candle was really cool. It was very heavy and it was really large. I love the kitty jack-o'-lantern. Of course, that lit up. Again, they had a wide variety of these. Some ranged in prices and size. The little Frankenweenie, he was adorable. I loved all the little skeletons. And again, these are things though that we've seen from years past, so I wasn't too surprised. Witches Be Crazy was a favorite candle of mine, although it didn't smell that good. I'm always on the lookout for really good smelling candles. This was one of my favorite pieces. I would say that they have revamped for this season. And the reason that I liked it so much is because of the detail in it and the effect that the crystal ball actually looked like it was really working. I loved it so much. I've heard some people say, because they're not so big on the gold, some people would have preferred to keep it in more of a metallic or a silver. But I guess if that's really what you'd like, you can put some paint on it and change it up for yourself. I went over then to the dishware and absolutely loved the Mickey and Minnie and Friends bowls. What I didn't like was that that bowl had a seam right down the middle in between Mickey and Minnie, and it just looked like it was a mistake. But it looked like they had a lot more stacked up on the shelf that didn't have that seam in the middle, so maybe that was just a poorly printed one. They also had a matching little platter that went with it, and it was just really adorable, and I believe these were melamine, so if the kiddos use them and drop it, it's not the end of the world because it won't break. Then I went on to check out some of the other kitchenware and tabletop cookware. They had a lot of different trivets and ladles that were all in the different design lines for Peanuts and Friends, Mickey and Friends. They had a lot of Ray Dunn, of course, and so it just really varies on what your aesthetic is this year. But many of these things we see from year to year to year. They had a lot of Nightmare Before Christmas and Snoopy, so maybe it was just a piece you didn't get last year, and thank goodness they'll have it this year. I absolutely love this tiered tray with the gold skeleton with a crown sitting on top. They had matching goblets. They were really, really cool. It's something I hadn't seen in the past. I was really digging this fat cross-eyed black cat mug. I thought it was really cute. The orange and white and black stripe bowls and servingware, I actually have some of those from years past. So those again are return pieces from many years ago. And they just kind of change them up from year to year. Or maybe they just throw them back on the shelves from year to year, I'm not sure. A lot of different mugs, of course. These plates were so cute, and they were pretty affordable. They were very heavy, and again, just looked like it was just a different design than we've normally seen, and I just really loved those. I thought they were a really great addition for this year. On the spookier side of things, these always sell out very quickly. The 4 dinner plate set with the skull is always really beautiful, and they're hard to find. They had the matching goblets. Some just have the skeleton hand, some were the full skeleton. Again, a Pottery Barn dupe. They sell those in Pottery Barn for 4 or 5 times the price that you'll get them at Marshall's or Home Goods. I like the polka dot and the orange with the little bats and the bakeware. They had a ton of different vessels for holding cookies or candy or whatever you might want to put in them. And they were all pretty affordably priced as well. I really liked the one with the crow on top. Unfortunately, when I was in there, they were really lacking on some of their towels and the bathroom linens and things like that, which I know if you go back tomorrow, they'll probably have a ton more. I was absolutely in love with these pillows. They were like encrusted, and they were very quality and well done, but they were about $35 or $40 for the shimmery ones. The little bat and the ghosts were adorable on all these throw pillows. I don't think I'm allowed to bring any more throw pillows in the house because my husband will kill me, but hey, if you have room on your couches, you should get some of these. I absolutely love the spooky little ghosts, the same also encrusted as the skull was, and they were about $30 each. Blankets, again, I love a good soft cozy blanket. They did have quite a variety of different styles, but it seemed that many of the well sought after Halloween themed blankets were already kind of picked through. Here they infused the pink and the teal line, which I thought was really kind of cute. But they didn't have a lot of the other traditional Halloween blankets out yet, or they had already sold out. We went on to check out some of the different party wear and the other little cups. I love this cup with all the puppies, a corgi, and a basset, 2 of my favorite dogs on the whole planet. And again, some of the things that we've seen, mugs. I absolutely love mugs, but nothing that seemed so new or unique this year that I hadn't seen in past seasons. Of course, I always have to check out the pet stuff. I'm always on the hunt for some really great dog toys and pet toys, and I'll always want to share those with you. I absolutely loved this Zero dog toy. We have a 10-month-old corgi named Enzo Alfredo. Yes, he has his own Instagram, and yes, you can go follow him. We have made many shorts on YouTube featuring Enzo and all of his puppy antics, so feel free. If you want to follow him, he's more fun than I am. But I'm always on the lookout for some of the other new toys for him because he tears through things within seconds. They also have a really great line of kitty toys, which we also have 3 cats. And no, they don't have Instagram because they're not social. They don't like anybody but our family. But we still give them treats, and I always like to give them a nice setup for every season. So I will be going back to get them some of these really great toys, both for our puppy and for our kitties. These are also, some of these are really, really well done. They're quality, they're strong and durable, and very comparable to things that you'd get in BarkBox, or if you would go to places like Target, even Walmart, and definitely some of the pet stores. The prices on those can be astronomical comparatively to the ones that you'll find at Marshall's and Home Goods. So I encourage you to look there first, because even some of these candles, like the Sand and Paw brand, which are meant to kind of neutralize pet odors, they can be much more affordable in these stores than they are in others. Again, even with some of the treats, Bocce's Bakery, those brands can be very expensive if you buy them in other places, and some of these other specialty seasonal bowls for feeding food, water, and they're just really, really cute, but you're not going to be using them all year. It's just a much better option to try and purchase them from here than from other stores. The Whimsies, the Treats, and Old Mother Hubbard is also some of the other brands that you can find. I always make sure to check the dates to make sure that they're not old, but you can really find some great treats that even at Walmart, those things can be 2 to 3 times the price. I absolutely love these little dog toys that look just like the candies and the wrappers. I thought it would be fun to give those out for Halloween to some of your favorite puppy friends in the neighborhood. Our final stop was at Spirit Halloween. Now, this is always one of the absolute favorite things that I love to do, is to go check out the new animatronics and all of the really cool displays. Unfortunately, when we were in there, my daughter and I, there was another mother and a daughter, and she had to be 16, 17 years old. And as they were going through, seeing all the fun things, just like we were, the girl was absolutely screaming bloody murder at the top of her lungs in fear of these objects. So you can imagine it was really startling and makes it very difficult to record. So I decided that we'll do a full walkthrough of a Spirit Halloween very soon, but I still wanted to share some of these really fun animatronics with you guys. They have some new ones for this year that are really, really great. Again, these are investment pieces. You can see that gargoyle is very similar to the one that we saw at home, just not on a pedestal, but it's also not hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So they did have some really fun new things. I love this creepy gourd. If you've ever been to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, it reminds me very much of some of the creepy pumpkins that you see there during their festivities. It's very, very cool. That was a really great piece for this year. This giant vampire bat was really, really great. It had a wingspan of like 8 feet. It was massive, and just a really cool piece that I'm looking forward to going and seeing it again very soon and getting better footage for everybody. I love this knocker. He was really fun. I wanted to just buy that for myself. But once we got done with that, we got home and presented Enzo with his new toy, his little squonky pumpkin that he really seemed to enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this, because it really helps the channel, and it really helps us be able to make more of these for you. So thanks for watching. Say goodbye, Enzo. Give a kiss.